once again.
Welcome to Fred's Footy Fest, and today we will be looking at the grand final of the NRL Premiership 2022. Here we are, the big dance. After all that time, we are finally here, the NRL Grand Final for 2022. And this is going to be a massive game, as it is Battle of the West in a Grand Final for the first time in history. Now, I'm going to leave this footy tipping app and I'm going to head off to the NRL website online to go through the team list, stats, head-to-head, etc. So, I'll see you in a bit. So, here we are at the official NRL website online. And to start us off, we're going to be looking at the team list and comparing the two. So, fullbacks is Dylan Edwards up against Clint Gutherson. Both fullbacks have been very good, but I'd have to say Edwards has been the better fullback due to he has had a great season and has finished the second best fullback for this year. Although Clint Gutherson has had a great season, I believe he has been nothing compared to Edwards this season. For the number 2 spot, it is up against Staines and Micah Sevo. This is a no-brainer. Micah Sevo is obviously better because Staines is only a replacement for Taylor May. So I'm going to say Sevo wins this. Now for the number 3 centre, it is Isaac Tago up against Will Penasini. Now, both these centres have been good this year. However, Isaac Tago has scored more tries, and I just believe he's just been a better centre when he's working with this Penrith juggernaut. Next centre position is Crichton from the Panthers and Bailey Simonson from the Eels. This is another no-brainer, I guess you could say, because Crichton, he has been very good this year and he has represented his state, and that is pretty impressive. So I've got to say, I think Crichton is the better centre out of the two. Now for the number 5 position, it is Brian To'o and Wanga Blake. This is another obvious one. Brian To'o is a machine. Did you see what he did to Cody Walker? He flogged him. That's easy to say. To'o, he's a very great winger, and I believe he's easily better than Wanga Blake. And if Eels want to win this, Wanga Blake has to actually catch a ball once in his life. Because Cleary, he'll just keep kicking him up, and Blake will just drop him. That's where Panthers have the edge tonight. Moving on to 5'8", Jerome Luai or Dylan Brown. Jerome Luai is a good 5'8", don't get me wrong. But Cleary does a lot of the work, and he steals the spotlight from Luai. Whereas Dylan Brown, I gotta admit, Moses steals his spotlight, but I believe Brown has had a better season than Luai. So I think Brown just beats Luai on this one. Moving on to halfbacks, Nathan Cleary or Mitchell Moses. This is a tough one. Both halfbacks, I've got to say, these two have been the best halfbacks for this year. But Cleary is the best in the game, and I think everyone knows it. I can't think of anyone who's better than Cleary at the moment. So, without a doubt, Cleary wins this. Now for the number 8 prop position, Moses Leota or RCG. I can't decide. Two very good forwards, so I'm just going to have it at that. So moving on to hooker, Appy Coruscant or Reid Mahoney. I'm going to say Coruscant wins this. He's the hooker of the year, and he has helped lead the Panthers to victory when Cleary could not. Number 10, another prop position, James Fisher-Harris or Junior Paulo? I can't decide. Another good two players. So I'm just going to say it's a tie between James Fisher-Harris and Junior Paulo. Moving on to second row, it is between Viliami Kikau and Sean Lane. Kikau is the second row of the year, one of the second rowers of the year. And Sean Lane, he was alright, but he did throw a forward pass against Cowboys. But I don't know why they called it backwards. I think that's dumb refereeing. Anyway, Kikau is a monster. He's machined through defenders of any opposition. So I can easily say Kikau wins this battle. Moving on to number 12, it is between Liam Martin and Isaiah Papali'i. Isaiah Papali'i is VB hardest working player for the second time. Last year he got it and he's got it again. Back to back. Just like where the Panthers are going this year. Now, Liam Martin, don't get me wrong, he's had a good season, but I believe Isaiah Papali'i is just a next level player. And he's going to really help the Tigers next year. Now, for the lock, Isaiah Yeo or Ryan Madison. Now, Ryan Madison has just been a replacement for Nathan Brown, who I'm pretty sure is back. Yes, he is, for this clash. But Isaiah Yeo, he's just amazing. Captain of the year, lock of the year. You can't get any better than that. I think Yeo wins it. Now, interchange. Mitch Kenny or Nathan Brown? Well, for this one, Nathan Brown isn't a utility. He's a forward. So, if I were to compare the two utilities, Mitch Kenny or Jake Arthur, I can easily say Mitch Kenny is the better utility. But I'm comparing the two 14s, Mitch Kenny or Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown is a very good forward. Mitch Kenny is a utility. He's a pretty decent player, but he's not on Coruscant level just yet. Whereas Nathan Brown, he is a really strong player, and I believe he wins it against Mitch Kenny. Now, battle of 15, Scott Sorensen or Jake Arthur. Honestly, I have no clue why Jake Arthur is even in the NRL, probably because of his dad. I just can't see anything good from him. I just don't know. He's not a good player. Scott Sorensen, he's pretty decent. He's a good bench player for Penrith. So I'm going to give him the win for this one. Number 16, Spencer Leniu or Oregon Kaufusi. Spencer Leniu is a bulldog. All he does is just run and smash into players. Just like that great break he did against Rabbitohs. Oregon Kaufusi is also very good, don't get me wrong. But I believe Spencer Leniu is just the better player. Number 17, Jamin Salmon or Murata Niukore. This is obvious. Salmon, he's alright, but he's really just a fill-in for the 13. So I'm going to say Murata Niukore wins this one. And I'm not going to look at the reserves because they're not playing in this one. I mean, I can look at the 18th man just in case. O'Sullivan or Bryce Cartwright. I'm going to say this is a tie because I really don't know between the two. So I'm just going to have it at that. So as you can see, it's pretty even based on the team list, but I believe Panthers just have the edge. Now we're going to have a look at the stats. Head to head, they have played 48 games together since 1998. Panthers just edging out Parramatta by 2 wins. 25, they've beaten Parramatta 25 since 1998. And Eels have won 23 times between the two since 1998. Panthers just edging them out. In the previous meetings, Penrith, they won 27-8, week 1 of the finals, and Parramatta have beaten them twice in the normal season, winning 34-10 in round 20 and 22-20 in round 9. So, and I can easily say Parramatta have won the most head-to-heads this year. And when we look at the form guide, it's even between the two teams. And when we look at the win percentage, again, Panthers just edging out Parramatta with 85%. However, the Eels have 67%. And this could be because at the start of the season, Eels were a very inconsistent side, whereas the Penrith Panthers have been a powerhouse all year. So, I think this is clear that Panthers just have the edge. However, I believe it'll be a very close battle, and my margin for this will be 8-15. And I'll see you over back at the Footy Tipping app for my final decision. So, here we are now back at the Footy Tipping app, and I have made my final decision now. So when we're looking back at all the data that I've collected and everything that I've said, I think it's clear that the winner of tonight's game will be just edging out, will be the Penrith Panthers to win, just edging out Parramatta, just. I believe if Penrith get the win, it'll be 8-15 margin. However, if there is an upset on hand and Parramatta manage to win this, it'll be 1-7 because Parramatta have a good side, don't get me wrong, but the chemistry within the Panthers, I believe, is what will get them the win. And before I go, if there is any Clive Churchill nominees who I think will get it, I believe from the Panthers, the players who I think will get the Clive Churchill will be Dylan Edwards, Nathan Cleary, Appy Coruscant, and Isaiah Yeo. But if Eels were to get Clive Churchill, it'll be Clint Gutherson, Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, or one of their forward packs. Any of them. So, yeah, that's me for this season of NRL Footy Tipping. Thank you for a great season, and thanks to all my fans for watching me every week and listening to my annoying voice. So yeah, I'm finally shutting up, and I'll see you next season. Have a good one, enjoy the footy, and go the Panthers.